Well, listen, Mr. Coach of the Vikings' third year, let's start this thing. And let me tell you this, I would not finish the sentence. Kevin O'Connell is at ... a Kenny Chesney concert on stage. Tell me about this, because I know US Bank's going to be rocking and schedule releases here, but what do I need to know about you and Kenny?
Well, it's a great question. So I got a chance to meet him years ago. I was actually coaching. The first time I met him, I was coaching for the 49ers. And Kenny was very interested in who the special projects coach was for Chip Kelly's staff there. So he sought me out. No, I'm just kidding. But I ran into him and just kind of, through, he's such a big sports fan and always, puts on such big shows at many of the NFL stadiums around the country. So he always, loves to get a chance to swing through facilities, see the players, see the coaches, and, just a relationship that I've built up with him and have so much respect for him and what he's been able to do in his career. Obviously, I'm a big fan of his, and just to see him.
Coach, did you sing?
You know what? I did not sing. It's not like you get a heads up on anything. You get, I'm standing off to the side of the stage, staying out of the way, and you get waved on stage. It's a fight or flight moment at that point, and you got to decide how you're going to handle it. So I went out there and I gave my variation of kind of a little hand clap. Didn't really know what else to do, so I signed a helmet, and we found a nice young Vikings fan to give it to.
I thought that was beautiful. I really feel like you were warming up US Bank, which is going to be sold out and rocking one of the best fan bases in the entire NFL. And it's schedule release time. What is the matchup? Just give it to me straight. What's the one that you're giving an extra little bit of attention to?
There's 17 of them.
Okay, let's go. Maybe just give me your instant reaction to, you get a matchup finally against Sean McVay, Rams back in LA. You were the OC for 2 years there. What's your reaction to that?
My reaction to that is we better coach a really good football game that night, because Sean is, he's one of the best we have in our league. I've got so much respect for him. He truly is. He's one of my best friends. He's one of the, the people that I still confide in, week in and week out as a young head coach in this league. He's been doing it for a long time now, even though I got him by a few months in the age department. It certainly doesn't feel like that. And I like to give him a hard time for that. But we're going to have to play well. We know that it's SoFi is a tough place to go in and play. Hopefully we get some purple in the stands, and it doesn't have to feel all the way like a road game to us.
Kirk Cousins comes back to Minnesota.
Yeah, how about that? Kirk is I'm so close with Kirk, and I can't thank him enough for what he's been able to do for me as a head coach these first 2 years. And ultimately, both him and Julie and his whole family, it's how we like to do things around here. We develop relationships that hopefully last a lifetime, and had a lot of success together. And we know, once again, Brian Flores and our defense better be ready to have a big night against that offense. A lot of firepower. And we know Kirk very, very well as far as his ability to go out there and do everything he can to win a football game. So gonna be a special environment at US Bank Stadium, I bet.
How many times a day, you brought up Justin Jefferson, how many times a day are you asking the old GM if he signed his extension paperwork yet?
Well, what time is it? It's a little after lunchtime. It's been about 4 or 5 times already today. No, I know everything's going to get worked out there. Justin knows, the love and admiration that I have for him. And he knows he's such a big part of what we do around here. And that's on the field, that's off the field, brings such a great energy to our building every single day. And he's the ultra competitor as far as when he steps in between the white lines. Very few people are able to do the things that he's able to do. But it's how he goes about his business, how he works, how he pushes his teammates to get better. Justin Jefferson's a huge part of this organization.
I really like how genuine you've been about how important he is to you this whole time. Like, you've been very vulnerably like, I love him, I want him back. Can we get it done, please? I thought that was really cool. And who's luckier than these quarterbacks? I love your quarterback situation. You just wrap up your rookie mini camp. On the very first day, I'm hearing that JJ's making wind sprint wagers with the defense, which is amazing. What's one specific thing you've learned now about JJ in rookie camp?
Yeah, I think it was just first and foremost the amount of information that he was able to retain from Josh McCown and Grant Udinsky with some of the, the Zoom meetings they're able to do leading into the weekend. This guy's really smart, has a great ability to retain information and then go apply it in a way where there's still some technique, fundamentals, nuances to how we ask our quarterbacks to play that, he's able to take the coaching and immediately put it into attempting to, be coachable and try to do it the way that myself or Josh or Grant are asking him to do it. And we saw that in real time this past weekend. JJ is going to work like crazy. He's going to get better and better. And we'll see where he can take this thing.
Challenging dudes to win sprints, that's pretty bold. Like, he didn't run the 40 at the combine. You, on the other hand, sir, I believe ran the 4.61 at yours back in 2008. Could you right now beat JJ in a foot race?
I'll tell you what, I gave him a hard time because he didn't run, because I thought he could have competed with that time. But as I told him, we'll never know. One guy ran an official 40, the other guy chose not to. So until an actual race happens, which coming up on 39 years old here in about 10 days, I can tell you that race will never take place. I wouldn't survive it. But as I told JJ, it's the only way people knew about the wind sprint bet is he actually threw an interception in 7-on-7. So,
ooh.
That's one way for people to find out about the dynamic with your teammates is to trigger the loss in the old 7-on-7. I don't even know if we're allowed to call it a bet, but I would say that
a challenge.
Round 1 went to the defense, but round 2 I would say went to JJ on Saturday. So everybody won this past weekend.
I love to hear that. I'm genuinely excited for this quarterback room. I'm very happy for Sam Darnold too. I like a rewrite. I love an opportunity. I think he brings a lot to the quarterback room and on the field. And if he wins that quarterback competition, in your words, like, why could he be this year's Baker Mayfield-esque sort of turnaround player? What does he have in him? Because I think some people think he's just a placeholder, but I can't imagine that's true.
Yeah, Sam's off to a great start. He really is, and we haven't been able to do really anything competitive yet. But just from a standpoint of his ability to absorb our offense, go out and execute with a lot of guys. When he steps into the huddle, he's stepping in with guys that have been in this system for 2 years, and we're not really slowing down from a standpoint of how we want to kind of install our offense and apply the different principles throughout the spring so we can be comfortable when we get into the competition phase in training camp. Sam's been great. The physical talent jumps out to me. His ability to throw the football. He's really, really refined himself from a technique, fundamental standpoint, really playing with great balance and kind of the body position that elite quarterbacks tend to play with from a standpoint of being the same guy every single snap and being able to have repetitive success.
Coach, just one more fun one to wrap this up. Your reaction, you mentioned Dallas Turner. It went viral. I know you saw it. It was absolutely genuine. It was absolutely amazing.
Turner, we're getting him. Oh, really?
How you can ever be tough on this rookie and coach him up if he knows that you love him so much? I think you lost a little power there, but I thought we could go through some scenarios I'm going to give you, and you tell me if you'd give it the same reaction. So you mentioned it, your birthday, happy early birthday, over a week away. Let's say Aaron Jones gets you one of his infamous touchdown sombreros as a gift. What is your reaction? Are you rocking it? Are you as excited as you were about Dallas Turner?
I think I hold the sombrero. I give him the patented really, and I put that sucker on. I'm rocking that for sure.
The Padres win the World Series this season. Same reaction?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Maybe a little bit more really, like a little bit more from the core on that really.
You are famously a meticulous note taker. Head coach of the T-Wolves, Chris Finch, he calls you up and he says he wants some notes to win a Game 7 against the Nuggets. What's your reaction?
Definitely would be a different kind of really. I have some thoughts though, believe it or not.
Give me one.
Just as a pure fan, I love the T-Wolves right now, what they're doing. I think they're gonna battle back and find a way to take down the champs. I'm all in on the T-Wolves right now, but I think Coach Finch, I'll tell you what, watching him coach from the second row, I was asking myself the other night, could I possibly do what he's doing, where he's coaching a whole team from kind of, the background there in the second row, recovering from his surgery. unbelievable poise and still in total command. Got a lot of respect for Coach Finch. I think they're going to
love
get it done, though. Let's go.
Justin Jefferson signs a 4-year extension this week.
Really? That would be something. That would be really, really good news for me, for sure.
That was more manifesting for you, Coach. Congrats on all the success so far. I know you're so busy. Thanks for taking the time. Congrats on the schedule release. Vikings fans are so excited, and here comes 2024.
Thanks, Kay. Always appreciate it.